But I don't know. I'm having a lot of fun, so maybe I'll expand my range of playable decks to decks like this. You know, just become more and more casual. I guess it was always inevitable. Aspiring to me. I like to win some die rolls every once in a while. Yeah, I guess this is a Johnny deck, huh? How's it easy to cast? Damn, it's twice as easy to cast. It only has 2 costs. Well, the overload is very difficult to cast, I think, is my main thought here. Deck tech for Luca. Mono blue Pioneer. So I've seen a lot of people. I like Academy Lore Master a lot. I don't like these Fave Wishes. So like I don't know. Like I always feel like when you're doing your thing, you have Nykthos plus lots of mana. You're usually winning by a lot. I feel like Fave Wish is a card that's only good when you have like a disgusting amount of mana with Nykthos. It's just not a card I'm interested in. In fact, it looks like you just like cut 1 Harbinger, 1 Oracle, 1 Gadwick for and and maybe you cut a Glasspool or a Borrower so you could play these Fave Wishes, but I would recommend undoing that. Undoing that. I think the Rift is fine, but I would cut the wishes for the 4. I would play 4 Harbinger. Ooh. I would play 4 Harbinger. I'd play 4 Oracle, 4 Gadwick. I think Gadwick's nuts. You get a much better sideboard too. You get to play 4 Gas, 4 Dispute, 3 Hers, something like that. Maybe Leyline of the Void is fine. Probably play 3 Hers instead. I guess I'm binding the Grief here. Obviously, you just have to hope they have nothing, though. Not very likely. I have a lot of sideboard cards for the matchup, though. Get an extra Dam, 3 Fluster Storms, 2 4s, Veil of Summer. I might even bring in the Voices, we'll see. Why don't they take Binding? I mean... Oh, they just don't have anything. Well, that was my hope, I guess. Or they don't have a Living In card. It's kind of unreal. Yeah, I think the Fave Wishes is very lost in the sauce. I would be playing 4 Gust, 4 Dispute, 3 Hearse. I don't know exactly what my other 4 sideboard slots would be, though. Probably something for the mono green matchup. So maybe also Disdainful Stroke. Maybe you could play the Tidebinder Mage. The one that taps a green creature. Maybe that's probably what I'd play. Okay, not ideal. Guess we just take Prophecy, Snapcaster Mage. Another Prophecy. I was really hoping to find another nest for this turn. I think I'll try to dig for one with another Prophecy here. Blue-white control is a very tough matchup. I mean, Wish does not help with that. Wish hurts that a lot. I don't know if that's your point there. I don't know if blue-white control is also more popular or something in Pioneer, but when I was playing, I feel like it was really unpopular. But you have access to the disputes. The matchup against blue-white I remember used to be really bad for mono blue. When or I really disliked the matchup back when sorry, I was really hoping to find another nest. We had 11 looks here or something. What a weird game. We also haven't found a freaking Remand. So I think I'm gonna go upkeep Shadow Prophecy. Maybe I'll do it now in response to the cycle. No, just keep. Or blue-white's first matchups in Pioneer. Mono green. So okay, all the blue-white players say have a good mono green matchup. I think they're wrong. But like mono blue spirits is really bad for them. Okay, let's go now. If I could play more than 4 rebands, I think I would play like about exactly 4 rebands. Okay. I think we take 2 nests. Then we can go nest into time stretch next turn. What a weird game. Yeah, Rakdos I think is really good against blue white. I think that mono blue is good against blue white. I think mono green is good. I think blue white sucks. I think blue white's bad against like everything, honestly. I think that you can, there are maybe some good blue white players, and they're out here. They're out here struggling for a positive win percentage, but I'm pretty low on the archetype. I don't think I've ever seen like Living End have a worse draw, honestly. Gab shouldn't hear this. I mean, it's okay if people disagree, right? Gab is also like insanely good, so I'm sure he does a lot of winning with blue white. But yeah, my general impression is that blue white sucks. As someone who also really likes to play control decks, You got 2 forces. I mean, we've had a lot of things you think they would have forced earlier. They just haven't. Okay, my opponent has dealt with 3 of my 4 Titans nests. What a weird game. Maybe they drew all their living ends. Can I gift to fetch a nest? I can, yeah, I can. It's usually very slow. I don't think it's something that you're wanting to do very often. They shock and steam it. Why would they do that? I'm so close to hardcast time stretch. It's kind of silly. Fuck. Somehow I just never found Remand, but I could try to go Snapcaster Shadow Prophecy into Remand. Gifts for Remand. I mean, they just don't give me the Remand, so this is like way better, I think. We have 4 in the deck. I haven't drawn one yet. There's one. And the Titan's Nest, so pretty good. Guess maybe I could lift up Binding. You can just snap Remand. I don't have a Remand in the graveyard. Oh, Gifts and then snap Remand. I see. Yeah, I guess that's maybe better. They already used 2 forces. Okay, I really don't know how their hand is 3 forces when they just like didn't force my prophecies, I guess. Maybe they just didn't think the prophecies were worth forcing. Good beats, I guess. It's bringing a lot of cards. I'm gonna bring a Narset too. The stretch. No, it's a Damnation. My opponent's casting that on my end stuff, so I'm just gonna die before I can draw Damnation. Shout out to Violent Outburst. Emrakul's in the sideboard for Mill, which I played against like 2 times yesterday. Isn't Thought Distortion better from Voice of the Void? Well, one of them is like 1 mana with Titan's Nest. The other is 2. One of them's 5 mana and not 6. So the difference is, I don't know, seem pretty clear. You can evaluate, and if you think it's better, you can play it. But I think that I prefer to play Voices here. That's pretty good. If I draw a Force of Negation, I can jam the Narset. Force or Damnation, probably. Maybe not Damnation. Oh. Fine, just chilling. Probably not gonna Shadow Prophecy end of turn, just get my domain online first. Gifts is interesting. It's no living end right now. What did my opponent say nice to? Titan's Nest, probably. No Narcissist with Storm of the Cascade. The problem is if they have Violent Outburst into another Cascader, I lose. So I think I'm just more content to cast the Shadow Prophecy and not lose to that. So you have to play Remand. You just don't have enough interaction, but you would play Explore over Spiral in this deck anyways because of mana requirements and Titan's Nest. But no, you have to play Remand. You need the interaction, I think. I think I'm taking a land Remand. Okay. I do think this Force of Negation does let me jam Narset here. What do you think about playing Gifts, Greater Good, Kamigawa Dragons, Goria's Vengeance? People would really just... I don't know. Playing decks like this always invites, like... I don't know. I don't even know what I'm being asked right here. Gifts, Greater Good, Kamigawa Dragons, Goria's Vengeance. It's just way too lost. Way too lost. Too much sauce. Yeah, I guess I am supposed to minus here, actually, looking for... Veil of Summer, other Force. I'm so like I didn't minus because I didn't want to discard, but they're obviously just so likely to outburst that it probably doesn't matter as much. That being said, they have to have a Cascade spell plus Dispute to stop this Force of Negation here, so I'm feeling okay. Are they a very likely 6-week combo? I mean, they have to have, you know, another Cascade spell plus Dispute. I don't know if I would describe that as very likely to successfully combo. Grief or Dispute. That's true, Grief, yeah. I mean, yeah. We could have waited. They seem fine. It's Living End. They just have it all that you lose anyways. Nest? Letting them know about Flusterstorm kind of stings, but I still think we take it. It'll be 2 Living Ends dealt with. They can have up to 4, obviously. Gifts Ungiven pile is going to get kind of interesting. They're attacking me. No way. No chance that's right. Wow, unreal. Would take that deal. Okay, so I'm going to get Titan's Nest, Veil of Summer, Regrowth, Balagad. What about the new Goblin? Mind Goblin? Oh, the one from Jumpstart. I mean, it's just not modern legal, so probably doesn't see a huge impact in Legacy, but Legacy is also just becoming more and more of a random format every day, you know. Yeah, Regrowth was printed in Modern Horizons 1, and it actually makes it the only Modern Horizons card in this deck. Fuck. I think we just cycle, make a 4/4 Shark. Hard casting here is kind of interesting. I feel like we lose that fight in a lot of ways, though. Did you decide whether it's correct to main board one protection creature? I decided not to, but you know, I think it's also okay too. It's very close, very marginal decision. How many livings do they have left? 2 if they boarded in the 4th one, 1 if they didn't. So by Veil of Summer here, they could resolve a living in. I think I just have to Veil. What a weird game. We have outs to living in via Damnation. And they don't have it. Awesome. Okay. So this turn, let's just get the nest down, I think. Feeling alright, feeling alright. Cannot remand Endurance. I was tapped out. I only had 1 mana. Can remand this one. Which I think is fine. I guess my opponent, you know, they can cascade. They didn't cascade last turn. They're very unlikely to have one. I have Remand up via Titan's Nest though, or Flusterstorm. How do you always come up with new deck ideas? Just play a lot? I mean, it's not just play a lot. It's like do like literally nothing else besides brew. I've spent like, you know, 70 hours a week on Modern for the last like 3 years, and when it's all you do, it's your full-time job, you know, you come up with some stuff. Why did I attack with a shark? So I could block at 6 life. I guess maybe 2 turn clock is actually. I didn't realize they were at 8. Yeah, I guess I actually just go Regrowth Remand and attack for 4. Remand there, Endurance. Thoughts on the Karuga deck? I mean, it like the modern one I think looks like not very good, but looks kind of cool. The Pioneer one looks pretty interesting as well. Okay, can't stop that. I've read articles on you know, building decks though and brewing in Modern though. You can find those in Channel Fireball if you're interested in my process. Oh yeah, we have the. I think I boarded out the double time warp, the time stretch. Okay, so if they're on endurance chump block, that's okay. They are on endurance chump block. And it's still okay, I guess. I wish they'd kill this Narset so I could Bala good recovery it. Oh, they endurance themselves. Okay. What a weird match, huh? Weird match, weird day, weird everything. Yeah, I mean, it likely means they're out of living ends. Their 1 of endurance is also like enough to win. But with 2 Flusterstorms, they're really unlikely to be able to get through, and they can't. If I attacked the turn earlier, things are a lot easier. What if I bring in the Voices of the Void? Seems okay. Probably a little slow. Let's try this. Yeah, Emrakul's for mill. Can't cast it off Nest. I just logged through that game. Game 3, they're going to turn 3 living in on your Simple Force backup. I mean, I've got Flusterstorms and stuff, but yeah, maybe. Can't keep a 1-lander. There's no way. Let's also summon to 6 at least. Can keep this, I guess. Thrilling, 13 months. Appreciate you. Yeah, a lot of one-landers. Playing 25 lands in the deck. I had the 26th land as the 1 Seagate Restoration and the 61st card yesterday. Can we splash red for Wish? I really hate Wish. That card sucks. Although it's okay with Nest, I guess. Gifts is, I mean, you would just have to play it over Gifts, I guess. Cool. So kind of nice to draw something else. Because now the Grief is in the yard can take the Damnation if they Living End. You kept all 4 lands? I mean, I don't know if you were watching last game, but this is a matchup where, like, you have to hit all your land drops. Like, this is a matchup where it goes draw, go for a really long time. There's a lot of posturing and staring at each other. It's, yeah, not a matchup where you can afford to hit miss land drops. Yeah, I don't know why they cycle instep. They're supposed to cycle main phase in these spots. Would Rin be good in the list? I kind of, it would be the 5th color. Rin is a really nutty card, but, the list also, like, there's not a ton of room. Despite maybe it looking like there is. They throw Loam, Raven's Climb in this. I have Loam, Raven's Climb. We just don't have enough black mana for Raven's Climb to be good. You'd have to play it Urborg too, which is like fine, I guess. Also just not that good in that many matchups these days. Truth be told. Damn it. Need to find Flusterstorm. Rough match. Obviously, Gave it our damnedest. Fought hard. I guess we're keeping this hand. A lot of Rakdos today. Good hand against Inquisition. 2 targets. Probably takes the recovery. Is streaming annoying with everyone always questioning my lines? No, I like to discuss lines. I like to get better. I like to talk about strategy. I wouldn't say that I'm annoyed by people daring to question my lines. I will say, like, some like comments like, not to be mean or anything, but like, didn't you misplay by not fetching on turn 2? Like, when like this kind of comment comes like 5 minutes after I didn't fetch on turn 2 in a game where it didn't matter at all that I didn't fetch on turn 2, not like it's a super big deal, but that kind of comment, like, with no explanation of why I needed to fetch there. That one's maybe a little obnoxious. Draw 3. Okay, Damnation to set up 4. Discard Seasoned Pyromancer and Lightning Bolt. Have you seen the Grixis Scamlet with Shredder Iteration? Yeah, that was my list. Been like streaming that one like like 2 months ago. Started, I think. I think I'm actually just gonna chump the Seasoned Pyromancer here. I haven't seen you step for it. I'm pretty sure the one running around is someone who's copied mine. I've seen it a couple times, or I've played the deck on stream like 4 or 5 times. Or at least 3 times. You have a link for the list. It's in the Stream Decker. There's YouTube videos. Is Bangkok so good? We played it yesterday. I liked it well enough. Reckless Impulse into Skelemental Swamp. Impulse is weird. So I feel like I have to binding the Skelemental this turn, but that's fine. Easy enough. That also opens up my mana, I guess, to cast just Bala Recovery, which is not that good here. Razor, 11 months, thank you. I think recovery on Shark is fine. I don't know why they're playing Impulse over Night's Whisper. Night's Whisper seems so much better. It did matter. You could have played your draw spell twice instead of once, turn 3 and stuff. I literally cannot cycle Typhoon that game. If I cycle Typhoon, they kill me with Violent Outburst. It is incredibly bad to Typhoon on the draw on turn 2 against Living End. But we could also move on. The Rag for the main board of Lotus Field. I mean, you're like one of the big strings to decks like Lotus Field is that you're really resilient to removal. Just kind of a classic example of, you know, not making yourself weak to removal by playing Ragavan, you know. And also like in that game too, like my bluffs were working. Me not tapping out, like my opponent, you know, they didn't they respected it by not playing it on turn 3, and I had the ability to Shadow Prophecy in response to Violent Outburst, looking for Flusterstorm, which, you know, would have worked if I found the Flusterstorm, which I didn't. You know what I mean? It's just like, oh, gross, gross. Okay, I'll bring in the Nature's Claims, the Veils, cut the Remands, cut the Time Stretch. Again, second Damnation. I think that's what I did last time. It was just 61. Maybe against the Ball Lightning deck, I don't want 2 Damnation. Excuse me. What's the record for today? 3-3, I guess. 3-3.
What's up? It's me, your friend, Aspiringspike.
Yeah, you could say Skelemental Spog. I personally, I don't know. I haven't been the most impressed with the card playing it in the past, but I've been getting hit by it a lot lately. Been definitely getting hit by it a lot lately. Is claim preemptive for Moon Leyline? Yeah, it hits Moon Leyline Hearse, you know. The cards you lose to. Is that to give piles worse fears in hand and Titan's Nest to generate random play it? It's like a bit more complicated than that, but Gifts is a really good value engine with Titan's Nest is like really the simple answer. Okay, let's keep this on 7, I guess. Is the turn 2 spell just too cheeky? I don't know what you're asking, sorry. Oh, the extra turn. I've been liking it. I think it's good. You could cut it and just play 1 Worst Fears, but I kind of think you want 2 big payoffs to, like, you know, be able to split your gifts, you know. My opponent takes the Nature's Claim, so maybe I'll hold this to be able to fetch a island. Now I can go Island Forest. Maybe cycle a Triome even. Okay. Now we'll discard the Breeding Pool. All right. That's true. Yeah, I will say my evaluation of Skelemental was always made in the context of the Lava Dart format. It was so awful against Lava Dart. But that card just basically saying no play is a big boon for Skelemental. Alright, Titan's Nest deployed. It's an opponent with no pressure. Have our basics in play if they have Blood Moon, and they did take my Nature's Claim, so I feel like a Blood Moon is somewhat likely. Passes the turn. Love to see it. We'll keep Shark Typhoon, huh? 1, 2. I want to be able to cycle my Triome. So I need to exile everything and then play this untapped. Your turn. I haven't played. You could play a Manamorphose. I haven't like really found a spot where I'm like, where I could have gifts for it, and I like wish that I guess I'll cycle this just for more cards in the yard. Where I could have gifts for it, and I recognize that I could gifts for it. I'm like, yes, I want to. I wish I had it here, but I don't think it also costs you very much to just play one copy, so it's something to think about for sure. Okay, graveyard this. Oh no. I mean, now we get more Surveils. We get a 4/4 Shock, which sparks the Den. This Kroxa, however, is a big issue. So now they can escape Kroxa, put me to 4. How did we lose this game? Maybe Skelemental's just nuts. Yeah, I haven't drafted the deck in Pioneer. I'll get around to playing it on stream, I guess. 6 mana. Kroxa from hand into Kroxa from yard. So I go down to 1, which unfortunately turns off Shadow Prophecy as an out. So I need to find a gifts, really. Need to find a gifts. I can also gain life by Nature's Claiming a Titan's Nest, but... Okay, easy graveyard that. Easy graveyard 2 lands. Commune. I have to find Leyline Binding now. Or Typhoon cycle into something, I guess. Okay, there's Binding. Yard's pretty full. I have enough sharks to block the Den of the Bugbear. Can even attack, right? I guess attacking loses to Din plus Dash, Ragavan plus land. So they have to have land plus Ragavan, which is not very likely. I also get to put them to 11 with this attack. And then I have lethal... No, 8. Yeah, I have 12. So, seems fine. We getting bodied by Graveyards. We gotta do something about that. I mean, I have a billion cyber cards for living ends. I don't know. Yeah, we could play some Graveyard Hape. They probably play an Earth. We'd be dead to that plus Din. Yeah. Okay, explosives for 0. Kind of shocked they have explosives in against me, but... Loses to push. Yeah, push is like... I can't imagine they would have push against me post-board, though. We get to untap. And we find the gifts, which is awesome. So here we force them to pop the explosives with our attack. I think we get to worse fears them too, right? We still have one of our 2 regrowths plus Snapcaster. Oh, I guess but they just put both those in the yard. Okay, we'll just see what happens. So regrowth. Oh yeah, I thought I had both of those out. So I get regrowth, Bala, recovery, Snapcaster Mage, and then whatever I want, which is probably just other gifts. Dude, gifts for 1 mana is just a drug. One Pulse of Marasa. Pulse doesn't get back, you know, only gets back lands and like the one of Snapcaster. I also kind of feel like the one of Pulse that people used to play maybe was never good, you know. Just like a card that people played. But we should win here. I don't know what they can do to beat the worst fears. We just get to untap and win. Let me go ahead and just take a look at their deck. So they do have 3 Blood Moons in. No. Oh. Wait, why can't I still take a look? Why is it only showing me the Blood Crypts now? Yeah, they took their deck and left, huh? I think we have enough info. I think, you know, we see the Blood Moons. I don't think there was anything we saw that like really maybe want to change this. I wonder if because of paper they go back to sideboarding. Well, like if you crack the fetch, right, in paper and you say okay, and then all of a sudden all the cards in the deck become revealed known knowledge. Wait, like when can your opponent take their deck back? I don't know. It's weird, right? Unearth a Skeletal something to remember. I don't think I saw any unearths, but that would be something to look at, I guess, right? I don't think I saw an unearth in the pile though. They're not revealed. Yeah, I guess I just so like your opponent could just like they at any point when you're looking through their library, they could just take it from you. That's how it works. Okay, we have a screenshot. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, there are unearths. Okay, I didn't. That is good to know. 1 explosives or 2 explosives, I guess. So do I play around it? Do I ever like bring in Force? Probably not, right? Yeah, usually we just do it in response to the fetch, but it's interesting. Weird, weird rules interaction. Okay, let's keep this. I think I'm gonna just put back the Typhoon here. I can maybe put back second push, actually. I have 3 removal spells. Close. Play things so Commune. Commune's really good. So Commune is a graveyard filler. There's a lot of spots where you're gifting and you don't have that many cards in the yard, so you want to get like Shadow Prophecy, Commune, and other gifts, and like a regrowth. Think Twice also like sucks. So you know, card's really weak. Impulse, and they can only play one of these 2 next turn. Shout out to Night's Whisper. Full Wagon, 23 months, thank you. Matt, thank you for the 11 months, appreciate you. Take the recovery, sure. I think I'm not going to fetch yet. May want to get a basic. Notably, now I can Binding a Blood Moon. If they cast it where I can go Float White, get Island Swamp, then I'll have 3 Domain. Also keeping the fetches good against Skelly. Alright, just gotta jam the nest, I guess. Even if they do Blood Moon me, they turn off their Din, and I have plenty of life top decks with 2 of my 3 basics. And it's always nice against Rectos, you know, they just can't really deal with this. Any thought for another cheap removal spell for Gifts Pile with Binding Push? Yeah, there's been a couple spots where I would have liked like a Bloodchief's Thirst or something. I wonder if you could maybe cut the 4th push for it. That would be the easiest way, but you could do it in a couple other spots probably. I don't hate the thought. Okay, graveyard. Surveil is pretty broken. So is Delve, huh? I guess I probably actually want to keep fetch land in the yard for my Loam. Could try a cut down. I would probably just play Thirst, but yeah, you could do that. Could play a Murderous Cut. I think I'm just gonna get my 6/6 Shark and play. Binding is a little bit better with a Hardcast Typhoon in play. Yeah, Port of the Pages does seem like an interesting option for the Pioneer version. Probably don't want to play it in the Modern version. Seems like just Gifts and Shadow Prophecy are better card draw spells for this deck. I think this is a good example of where you want the Commune, where you get to go Shadow Prophecy, Commune, Gifts, Regrowth, I think is going to be our pile. Yeah, 1 mana Gifts is just the nuts. I don't have another blue for Gifts. That's probably okay here. 1 mana Gifts with a Shark. Okay. I think I'm gonna Shadow Prophecy first. I guess I don't have Domain. Oh, this is only top 4. Okay, we'll get to Catacombs Nest, I guess. Let me get my basic forest. Gonna have plenty of cards in the yard. Another 6/6 Shark. Thoughts on different information camp the new Super Rare rules? I mean, it's kind of cute. It's not any good, but I'm sure it'll be very fun. Probably Pioneer power level, if anything. Fair enough. You realize Rakdos has enchantment removal? I mean, the Rakdos player I'm currently playing against has no enchantment removal in their deck. Still lethal, I guess. GG. Alright, keep this. Deck tech for Do and Hope. Third Path Reanimator. Is Ransack... How many cards does Strategic Planning see? It's just 3. I don't think I'd play a Nether Spirit in the Archon version. It is kind of a cool Markgrave target, but I would probably prefer to play the 4th Lingering Souls over the Nether Spirit. I also like to play Faithful Mending over Tainted Indulgence in this version, where you have so much self-mill where the flashback matters a lot, and if you're already playing a lot of white sources with Flagstones of Trocaire, the card is easier to cast than it is in the Witch's Cottage mana base. Oh, first Hammer Time opponent of the day. I think I'm getting Watery Grave. Main phase of the push to play around skill is fine. I'm definitely pushing this. Drawing the Boseiju is kind of nice here too, obviously. I like the temporary lockdowns. The deck board style, but don't play this card. I know it's an Markgrave target. It's too lost in the sauce. It's too low power level. Don't play that card. Yeah, I'd be on Mending over Indulgence. I'd be on 4th Lingering Souls over the Nether Spirit. I mean, I guess I could just also pull up my list. We were even talking about this earlier. I have the deck built too. I'll pull it up over here. Stoneforge Mystic. Finds Kaldra. I think I would probably rather just... No, let's make them use the mana on the Kaldra and then binding it. I think that's better. Okay, so this is the list I had. I was on 23 lands, you're on 22. Are you on Prismatic Ending? You are on Prismatic Ending. I do think that, so you're basically, down a land, up a Ransack the Lab. That's okay. I think that's fine. But I want the 4 Souls over the first Nether Spirits. I had a bunch of ley lines in the sideboard as like anti-Orvar tech. Obviously comes in a few other spots. I like your temporary lockdowns. I think that that's good tech. I don't think these disputes are super mandatory, although I would play Flusterstorm anyways to be better against creativity and Cascade decks. Here's my main thoughts. I haven't played the list yet either, so good luck to you. Hopefully they don't have a protection spell here. I know that we could have played around it by main phasing, but just making them spend the 2 mana on the Stoneforge Mystic is really, really nice this turn. Damn it. Obviously that's bad. However, we do get to untap with Titan's Nest. Or untap, play Titan's Nest. We're not super likely to die next turn. Famous last words. But if we untap, there's a good chance we're able to, like, you know, Worst Fears time stretch. Probably replace the deck where another board to maximize Smallpox. Yeah, I'm really not a believer in the deck more. You can see how I built the mana base here too. I was playing just one Urborg 3 Fetid Heaths. One thing is Founding makes you need the filtering less, and Urborg's kind of awkward with Mending, but I think it's all fine. Okay, so they're one shy of Metalcraft. There's Metalcraft. Dang it. Curse you, Hammer Time. Okay, so we're going to go bring in the extra Damnation, 3 Nature's Claims, 1 Ray of Revelation, cut the Remands, cut the Time Stretch. No, I think Mending is a lot better in this version, where you have like a lot of cards to discard for value, and you have so much self-mill and self-discard that the flashback on Mending is super duper relevant. The life gain is also relevant, like pretty relevant in this list too. But like with the Founding self-mill, Smallpox self-discard, I think you really want to play Mending. And like Indulgence is only better in the Cottage mana base because you play all swamps. Resolving Nest there isn't better just getting Leyline back and recasting it. I think that, you know, they have to have Hammer plus Equip there, otherwise I'm pretty likely to untap and win. I think I'm fine going for the win, but I could be wrong. Okay, so Grixis Triumph plus Temple Garden is domain, so we can keep this, and it's solid. Is this deck legit? This is not a super competitive deck, but it is, you know, one that you can play and learn the lines and have a winning record with, you know, casually. White Cut Time Stretch over Worst Fears versus opponent that can't really hurt themselves. Is 2 mana relevant to the speed of deck? So, like, Worst Fears is a 1 mana Time Walk at worst. Where it's not like Emrakul, you just get to stop them from doing something and you get to untap after you Worst Fears them. And so I think in this matchup, just being able to like set up for a 1 mana Time Warp is like the more relevant thing here. Hey Kat, how's it going? Might cycle Typhoon for 0. Yeah, they had Hammer plus Enabler plus 0 drop for Metalcraft. I think I'm still cycling for 0. I want to find a Nature's Claim or a Ray of Revelation. I failed to do so. We can just, however, this turn go Island Pass. My opponent is pretty likely to just make a Saga token this turn, so I don't feel like I need to like main face push the Giver or anything. Okay, expand on the sideboard for that Pathfinder list. What matchups are those cards for? You just have to ask more specific questions. I'm in the middle of, you know, a different deck. I can't just explain all 15 sideboard cards. If they do counter the Shadow Prophecy, they're not able to make a token either. Okay, Damnation's nice here. I'll take the Damnation. I think just Damnation Prophecy. Guess the second Damnation never hurt anybody. Alright, so here they make a token. I think I'm going to push the Giver now. What if I push the Construct token? Yeah, I feel like if I push the Construct token, they're just way more likely to play into the Damnation. Algris, thank you for the 9 months. Appreciate you. So I guess they're getting a hammer here. Yeah, maybe they get Ginger Brute. I can Binding the hammer. I could also make a... I think I'm probably more likely to make a 1/1 and block to play around Pierce and stuff. They got Ornithopter. Weird that they would get Ornithopter and not make a Construct. So here, Binding plays around Spell Pierce, just Binding on the Giver. Typhoon also plays around Spell Pierce pretty well. Worse against Shadow Spear. Not super likely to have the one of Shadow Spear. I'm not dead if they do either. Leyline Hammer plays around skill. They can hammer the they can hammer the so they can skill the hammer. They can skill any permanent. Binding seems better. What I like about this line is if they can play more into Verdicts. Or sorry, Damnation. And then I can just go Damnation, Binding, and if they have Spell Pierce, I still have the Binding. So they have to have 2 protection spells. And even then I'm not just dead. I have a second Damnation, and I take 11. Verdict would be a little bit better here, huh? Cast this now, so if they do have Blacksmith skill, I'm not dead. Oh, I guess skill link it pumps artifact creatures. Or is it equipped? I can never remember. Obviously this line, you know, maybe a little bit worse against Spell Pierce overall. Oh. Alright, I mean, taking this hit was part of the line. We didn't have enough life to take a hit and cast one of these 2 Shadow Prophecies. Can play for Spell Pierce on second Damnation. Play a creature. Ooh. It's a good draw. I almost want to Nature's Claim my own Binding to gain 4 so I can cast both Prophecies, but that's just plays into Spell Pierce, so let's not do that. If it didn't play into Spell Pierce, I'd somewhat likely to do it, I guess. But the Nature's Claim is also like really good here. It's like one of the their best draw is probably Saga on this board, and the fact that this kills Saga is really nice. If they do play Saga, I'd probably play around Spell Pierce by just like waiting till my turn to claim it. I think a second Spell Pierce is a card that would make some sense here. Or no, they could have tapped the drum to Spell Pierce. Never mind. Never mind. I think drawing that will just pass. It's fine. So I think we go Snap Push first. Man, I haven't Snapcastered a Fatal Push in a long time. Go to 1. They Spell Pierce this, we can cast the other one, which is nice. Let's take Push Gifts. Bastion, 8 months, thank you. Let's take Titan's Nest. Worst Fears. Balagad. And then if they dump the Titan's Nest, I'll just regrowth it on my turn. So you're swapping Damnation for Event or some other one color board where I pick up Gigantha. Damnation is just so much better. Damnation is enough better that I don't think you want to do that for Gigantha. I thought Prophecy took the domain count from life total. No, it's not lose 5 life. It's only lose 2. Wow. Oh, it would be... Yeah, I don't think it'd be playable if like you lost 5 every time you cast it for domain 5. There's a legacy domain card. It's like this card, the Voices from the Void, but you draw cards instead of they discard cards. It's only legal, you know. It's a legacy card, not a modern card. But I would play it if it was legal. Okay, I'm gonna leave the Snapcaster Black to block if they have Reality Chip plus Hammer, which I think is more relevant than attacking here, although not super relevant for sure. All right, I got a Worst Fears, so we're gonna go for it. Again, just like in this spot, I know like I'm probably not gonna be able to do very much with their turn, but it's just effectively a time walk. Can't quite. Or could I have tapped differently? I guess I could tap the Fountain, the Garden, so I could have played Shark Typhoon first, which would have been the sweeter play. But I think we're gonna be fine. I don't need to attack either. Yeah, this might just be a time walk. My brain, for some reason, is telling me there's something I can do, but I don't think there really is. Sure, Sigarda's 8 is creature you control. Yeah, just time walk them. I think I made Nature's Claim. Yeah, let's Nature's Claim my own binding here. Tap the lands. It doesn't matter. They don't have no instance. They can't cast. I guess they can cast. Yeah, they can cast this for 0. I guess playing this so that they can't equip it and not equipping it is correct. Can tap the Ornithopter. It just doesn't matter. You know what I mean? It's just like they have no instance. I just don't need to spend time tapping. I know it's like it's a habit to get in, but there's nothing they can do. So I'm just like, there's no reason for me to spend all the time clicking all their lands, right? Okay. Typhoon time. The best time. Binding is a 1 mana 6/6 shark. Said that a lot today, I guess. I don't have that much left in the deck. I suppose I did cut the time stretch. Let's take the Shadow Prophecy, Gifts. Ooh, could get Boseiju Loam. I think I'm okay just getting this stack for this turn. Looping Ralagan Regrowth seems fun. It does seem fun. It's a little narrow. Let's go back down to 1. Favorite life total. Just take the 2 spells. I guess I could take Breeding Pools, play land for turn. Okay, we're fine. I think we have lethal with Sharks next turn, with the binding making a 6/6. 7, 10, 11. Yeah, lethal. I guess the Ornithopter can block, huh? If you worse spheres and gifts on turn, you control who picks. Yes, I believe. I've had this question asked a few times, not that it's come up. Oh, Relic is like actually like a weirdly very good card here. Although another hand is Cauldril and Vala, so I think if I just binding the Ornithopter now, there's nothing they can draw. Now that they can't hardcast Cauldra. Which I think they could have if they drew a land. Or maybe not because they had the mantle unequipped. Oh, they could just draw another Ornithopter, but I mean that'd be fine probably. I should be able to gifts for Boseiju, Loam. Their draw was a land and we win. Why do we need to binding now? Well, I just think that there's nothing they can draw if I binding now. Because like they could have a protection spell in the Thopter, but I could also just gifts for like Loam Boseiju removal spell. Oh, freaking Ginger Brood, huh? I always forget about that stupid card, but yeah. That was a way to lose. That was a way to lose. Yeah, I would not play a Sterling Grove in this deck. Doom, do you count Regrowth as a Modern Horizons card for this deck? Because besides the one Regrowth, the deck is pure Modern. And the sideboard. But who counts sideboards, huh? Can't get Temple Garden with this. We can get Aspiringspike Triome. I'll try it. It's canceled, damn it. Close though, close, huh? Yeah, maybe this is the deck I'd play in Doomwix tournament, maybe. I'm probably supposed to claim this, despite not being able to get a white source if I claim it. Yeah, I guess getting the Triumph is probably better than not being able to cast Binding if I draw it. The Relic is so good against me. Obviously, you could have Spell Pierce either way. So if they have Spell Pierce, I'd rather them cast it on the push, and I'd rather them cast it on their upkeep. Not Inspector, great username. Thank you for Switch Prime. Magnificent username. They do have a Pierce. They can't make a token with the Saga, though. 3 cards in hand. Pretty good card. No creature's nice, at least. Not going to cast Regrowth into the Relic. Looking for Binding, maybe Titan's Nest. Hoping to not brick. You brick with Commune sometimes in this deck. Yeah, damn it. You only have 13 hits, but it is like a pretty good card for gifts, and you don't brick that often. You're like, I think like probably like 60 something, 60 to 70 to hit. you gotta brick sometimes. What can I say? You have 13 hits. The hits you have are pretty good, except for Snapcaster. Listen, we baited the Relic pop. Did we mill over anything super relevant? The Bala Gad. I really wish you could take a land with Commune. It'd be so good. Wait, I'm 80%? I thought it was like a lot less. Okay, well I feel bad about bricking twice so far today, right? Is there when it looks at 4 takes land or enchantment? It doesn't put cards in the graveyard though. So like the idea with Commune is that there's spots where you cast gifts and you have Nest, but you just need more cards in the yard. So like in those situations, you get Commune, Shadow Prophecy, another gifts, and like another card most of the time. Obviously scared that they didn't just put a hammer on the construct. Oh yeah, sorry, it's 13 hits, not 15. Yeah. Yeah, 71. I thought it was like between 60 and 70. Okay. Hopefully they don't just have 2 hammers. If they do, we can YOLO Cycle Typhoon. I'm gonna take this hit though and cast gifts. I'm not. I'm going to YOLO Cycle Typhoon. Dang it. The draw is really good, I guess. Alright, push or binding. We have 7 outs because we've cast 1 push. I guess I could have cycled for 0, and then Boseiju was an out too. Bummer, bummer. Okay, we have a Fatal Push up against the Kihira deck. So hoping for more exciting reason. Yeah, hopefully the rest of the deck is exciting enough at least. Gonna play the Artifact Song Creation deck test. Probably not today. Maybe next week, probably. I mean, I don't know. It's also like I only have so much like stomach for like the bad brews. You know, like this is a very fun day, but I also think that the Song of Creation like outcome deck with Maria, I think the deck's really bad. So it could be fun to play on stream, but it's hard for me to do this for too many days in a row. So I might like even have to take a week. You know. Let's just put back the push. Yeah, the silly brews are fun. I just really don't want them to be very common, you know. Every once in a while. I'll participate in another race anytime soon. I don't know. Maybe. I don't think I'm super likely to play another trophy race. Like it's not gonna happen this year probably, but maybe early next year. But you know, this year's I guess almost over somehow. I have a draft of this deck in Pioneer. It may be better than the modern version. It's pretty different though. Oh yeah, I guess maybe Doomwick can take a look and then play it on his stream. Or finish building it, but you need... Okay, so step 1 is work these Sea Gates into the mana base. Maybe just 3, but probably 4 to go with the Omnisciences. And then you're in on Crewfish's Insight and Commune to set up your nests. Okay, let's remand this. Blossom with the deck tech. Take Temple Garden, so I have Domain, and kind of hoping to be able to Shadow Prophecy next turn. There we go. So I guess drawing another land, I can maybe just push the Reef instead of casting Shadow Prophecy. Cascade Dredge. And so you're cascading into Wheel of Fate. Dude, Merchant fits so well. Kind of looks like they have Ephemerate up, actually. Maybe I'm just going to be casting Shadow Prophecy anyways. I kind of want to land. I kind of want to take Binding land. Could take the Damnation might be important though. Probably not. Probably not that important. Because I think that I'm pretty likely to want to not just jam the Titan's Nest this turn, since my opponent is somewhat likely to either go really in on Risen Reef or have access to like Teferi, Leyline Binding to answer my nest. So I want to be able to go like nest into either Typhoon or Gifts on turn 5. This deck, my notes here is this deck looks sick. I'm actually like very impressed with like how functional and powerful the deck looks. It does seem to me like you need more than just 4 Violent Outbursts. So I would almost definitely be playing like 8 Cascade spells. So if you, I feel like it's just Starless Agent, but maybe Dread Return is fine as well. Oh, you losing Golgari Thug stinks so much, but maybe it's just fine. Wait, where are the agents? Oh, they're here. Okay, never mind. The deck looks sick. I don't know. I guess one issue is maybe getting to 3 mana on only 18 lands consistently seems like a little sketchy, but I feel like this, to me, this looks like a phenomenally good first draft, and I don't actually really have any notes besides like I would be just down to take this draft and start jamming. Okay, not too scared of Ren. So I'm gonna fire off gifts here. I think it may be good to try to like control the board a little bit this turn by going fetch a tap land, probably breeding pool, fatal push target Risen Reef. If my opponent ephemerates in response, I can binding the Reef. If they don't, I'll binding the Ren. Yeah, Merchant seems nuts in the deck. And then just go cast Titan's Nest, cast Shark Typhoon, pass. Another Typhoon. Exactly what we needed. A lot of readers today. Yeah, the Titan's Nest pause has been a staple of the channel today, huh? Yeah, the Titan's Nest pause is your opponent reading Titan's Nest for maybe the first time. Kahira in the hand. Kahira in the hand. You'll love to see it. Yeah, it's definitely been a very fun stream today. No Indatha Triome for us this game. Gonna go pretty nuts here. I think I'm just gonna start off with the second Typhoon. This is likely going to be... Our first Gifts is likely going to be a Graveyard Fill Gifts. Which is maybe not necessary, but whatever. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have cast the other Typhoon. Maybe it was better to just time stretch. I don't know. Can you use Nest to cycle Shark? No, you can only cast spells. You can't cycle. Okay, well, so let's get Shadow Prophecy, Commune with the Gods. I guess I have another Gifts in my hand, so maybe I just go grab Time Stretch, Worst Fears, which both go to the graveyard here. And so I'm going to get Commune and Shadow Prophecy. Then I exile the Gifts, cast the Commune, fill that yard up. I have played a land. Ooh, take a Binding. Cast the Shadow Prophecy. I have played my land, but if I find exactly Regrowth, I can Worst Fears this turn. Which I failed to do, so let's just take, I guess, Prophecy Binding and pass. Yeah, I'm really excited about this list. It's very sweet. Yeah, good turn. Even if they verdict, we get to go Gifts for Regrowth, Bala, Snapcaster, whatever. Time Stretch with double. Alright, this resolves. Have we thought about gifting for a Dredger? I mean, I have a Loam, but I don't think we didn't have any way to like dredge this turn though, right? Would Tommy be good in the deck? I don't think you can afford any more 4-drops. You already have 9. Yeah, finally found the answer to Modern Horizons cards. Dude, it was all so simple. Where'd I get this idea? I mean, I just do this all the time, but I like... Oh, no, don't evoke in response to the rebound. That doesn't work the way you want it to. Titan's Nest is a card that's been on my radar for a long time. I think it's been on a lot of people's radars. This is just 4 mana spells that are not colorless and don't have X have Delve, and you also have the Surveil for some added value. But giving spells Delve is like kind of a crazy ability, and I also play a lot of gift decks, and so I don't know. It's just like I've kind of realized that like since they printed Prophecy, like Prophecy is like a really good enabler for Nest, where it's like it's both an enabler and a payoff. 1 mana to cast with Nest in play, Prophecy with Delve is nuts. I think it fills up the graveyard so you can cast more stuff, which is very, very interesting. Additionally, Gifts does a very similar thing where it's 1 mana, puts cards in the graveyard, and then obviously with all the mana you make from Nest, you can use this to win the game. Probably. Liquid Quick with the 10, and Mom's Spagooter with the 10. Thank you. Since when does Spike play a lot of Gifts decks? There was a while on this channel where I was playing like nothing but Gifts decks, and people stopped watching. Because they were not really into it. Alright, we win. But I was having a good time. It was largely during the Uro days, but also before the Uro days. Will McGee, I think with the 14 months. Nice. Yeah, I do think Metamorphose is a card you can play. I don't, you know, I've been working on the list for a while. I don't really feel like the list has that much wiggle room. Obviously there's some, but I don't feel, I don't feel like there's just tons. My opponent says, this is so silly, lol. Yeah, Regrowth, Time Switch, double 10/10 token with Shark Typhoon. Easy. Up a game against Elementals. Elementals weird deck. They really like to have a bunch of Endurances, which stinks because I don't really have a great answer. I'm gonna bring in the Narset. I'm gonna bring in the Voices. I'm gonna cut like at least 1 push. Second Damnation is probably okay. Probably don't need it. Like 3 remands. Let's trade this. Right, my game 1's probably really good against them, I guess. Wasn't Gifts lethal? This was also lethal, you know. It wasn't lethal last turn. I didn't have enough mana, enough colored mana. Also, remand's a good counter to the Elementals. It's like kind of hit or miss, but it just depends on the situation. But also the evoking, the Elementals are like not that good against me besides Endurance in this matchup. The like Solitude Fury, like you saw, just don't really matter very much. I wonder how many Boseiju there are. Oh, I don't think we've had a Nest Boseiju today, but it's probably a pretty good card against us, huh? Is Abundant Growth really worth it without the Yorion? So it could be a good enabler for your mana, but I don't know if I would say really worth it. It's an option. Probably supposed to crack the Catacombs here, actually. Opponent has Kahira as a companion. Okay, let's just go Breeding Pool tapped, pass. I think Archon of Cruelty is a fine alternative to Time Stretch. I think Time Stretch is way better. Like, if you're going to cast one of the two, Time Stretch is nuts. Like, Time Stretch is just, like, the in-the-game card, you know? And it actually ends the game. Alright, I guess I'm going to jam the Titan's Nest this game. I know I didn't last game. Something is telling me to do it here, though. Forge, Spitch, Fluster Storm. I guess that's fine. Kahira time? Kahira time. Hard to be upset with that. They also have 4 cards in their hands, so all spells. I mean, maybe they have a Fluster Storm, but We will try to get all of those cards out of their hand with a Voices from the Void. They did just pitch a Flusterstorm. Waiting for opponent to discard. Bye-bye, opponent's hand. Good thing you still have Kihira. We should have Otawara it first, huh? That feels good. Ooh, a Gifts. They Boseiju for the binding. Endurance. I think we just let this go. I don't want the Endurance ETB triggering again. I'm going to take 7. Get the Damnation. We have the Regrowth in our hands, so we can definitely Damnation next turn. If my opponent has Flusterstorm, they can't really Flusterstorm this, so I have to kind of keep that in mind. So, but Damnation, Nest, probably Shadow Prophecy as Graveyard Enabler here. Maybe I should just also take Balagad. I think Leyline just to have a removal spell. Or access to one seems fine here too. Maybe not die to another Endurance. Limit 15 months. Yeah, another Gifts would be fine too, I think. They give me Shadow Prophecy Binding. So I'm going to go Regrowth, Damnation, with Binding up next turn. I think this is better than getting back the Nest. Well, what's nice about this Domain card is that you can cast it off Titan's Nest for 1 mana. Not that I haven't also played the card without that ability in the past. Time Stretch TV in the chat. Yeah, good day for you, huh? Playing good old Typhoon control, although I'll probably cast another Prophecy Digging for another Nest this turn. They have Lightning Bolt in their deck? Oh no. Wait, I guess did we see it off the discard? Also did to Rin in 6. Ooh. 1 mana away from hard cast Worst Fears. So I have to play this tapped. I make a 5/5 Shark. Defeat a top deck, I guess. Now, Worst Fears is just a good card. Just play that. Play this one for 8, huh? I wonder if you could play. If whenever you're supposed to play this over, like, in the mono black coffers list. Oh, just bounces the binding. Damn it. Okay, there wasn't much we could do, right? Dang it. Missed the line. Man. Okay, game 3. Dang, we're so ahead. Kihira dealing us like 7-9 that game, I think. 6 or 9, or I guess 1 extra from the Endurance too. Could you binding and binding and binding again? Not with the Teferi in play, right? Yeah, any hand with Voices, instant keep. Definitely good in this matchup. Oh, sorry. I was supposed to go Delta so I could get Temple Garden off this. Not the biggest deal, but I guess if like they play Red and 6 this turn and I have to get Breeding Pool, then I have only 4 domain and I don't have binding mana. Looks like they're not going to play anything remandable this turn. If I need Fatal Revolt for Fatal Push to kill a Risen Reef next turn, I can cycle Typhoon for 0 and then push. Although I'm much more likely to just Prophecy. I think I'm going to try to set up for turn 5, Titan's Nest plus Voices for 1 mana. They don't have another land if they're main phase bolting me. Okay. So we just take 2 lands here, I think. And I'll just, guess cast my Nest, right? Kind of an anticlimactic game. Oh, they get a Force, right? They had Force last time. Endurance, okay. That's okay. That's fine. Shuffle that time stretch back in. Next turn, the Shadow I think I could go Shadow Prophecy into Voices into Remand. They drew a land though, so it looks like they have Teferi. But if they go Teferi bounce, then I can just Voices their 5 cards. Hopefully, they did show us Force of Negation last game. They didn't force the Titan's Nest, which I think they probably would have if they could have instead of Endurance. Well, maybe not with this Teferi, right? Please resolve. Please resolve. Yes! They got 5 cards in your hands? Oh, man, that is addicting. That's dangerous. Just donk 5 cards out of your hands. Oh, so gross. Okay, so let's go Nest into Shadow Prophecy. I'm gonna take... I'll take Time Stretch Worst Fears, I guess. I suppose. I'm not doing anything better. Only question is, what order are we casting these? Yeah, Mind Twist would have left them with 1 card there. Better than Mind Twist. It's fine. I think. I think I'm just nesting again. I think I'm also going to play the Bala as a land, though. A little bit short of... I guess I could cast a Typhoon. Let's cast a Typhoon. It's kind of a funny... I guess I can hardcast Typhoon here, huh? Why not? Just put a card in the yard for the Nest with the Surveil. Can cast Worst Fears next turn. Rin, no Boseiju. Yes, we can Surveil, top card to the yard, which gives us enough cards for Worst Fears. I think if we draw a fetch land, we get to Time Stretch. Worst Fears doesn't do that much here. I mean, it's a Time Walk at the very minimum that makes an 8/8 Shark. I think that like I also like I've been casting a lot of Emrakul the Promised Ends, so like when a mind control effect comes with your opponent getting an extra turn after that, it's not as good, but like taking control of your opponent's next turn is just like a strictly better time warp. Graveyarding this really hurts, but I think I just should. Although, the easy thing is to just make a Tin Shark with 2 extra turns floating. Thankfully didn't target my opponent. Okay. Yeah, good luck. 2-2. 2-2. We 3-2'd the last league. Let's just 3-2 back-to-back leagues. Get this nice 60% win rate. Prediction live. Think Blue White Affinity deck gets better with the Yoran ban? Sure, I think so. I think that Yoran was a bad matchup, so yes. Probably put back the snap. Do you scare them out of the match? We cast a time stretch with a Shark Typhoon in play, so we got a Tin token with 2 turns, which is enough for 20 damage. I would love Semester, thank you. Good timing. It's gonna take both pushes here, which stinks. Kind of wish I had that Snapcaster now, obviously. Don't know warp up against. Okay, so we're gonna get the Grixis Triome, and then we'll have Domain after we get Forest Fountain in play. It's true that this turns off Fatal Push. I only have 2 pushes left in the deck, so I think just playing to Binding makes more sense, you know. And there's Binding, which I can cast now, which I will cast now. I think it could be okay to hold up Remand this turn, take 4 down to 9. It's just kind of low life total, but they play a lot of 3s. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna Binding the Grief, take 2 from Ragavan. Remand next turn. You'd Remand here. I think Remanding here is fine, especially because the Binding is 1 mana next turn. I mostly can care about my life total. I don't care as much about getting hit by Ragavan. I could Remand it next turn. People are just always people are so terrified of being hit by Ragavan. Ragavan has done some terrible things to some good people, but it's okay to take a hit. Slow Bro, 29 months, thank you. I'd like to stop drawing lands if possible, but you know, if not, no big deal. Yeah, that's okay. That's fine. Don't worry about it. Yeah, yes, I do, Esther. I responded. I don't know if she heard me. Slow Bro, thank you for 29 months. Yeah, activate player Death Touch. Oh, excellent. Thank you, Ragavan. Ragavan was a hero all along. I'm just gonna get my Swamp now because of Blood Moon, but got some good draws. Got some more lands in the deck too. Just wait till I draw my Titan's Nest. I'll be still like a couple cards short, I guess. We have a Damnation also because of Gigantha. I mean, the time stretches I think is pretty good. I think it's, you know, I think that the deck needs an end to the game card. I think it needs something that you cast and the game ends. Worst Fears is pretty good, but it isn't exactly just like a game ender. Okay, so they can Binding my Binding, Grief the time stretch, but I mean, if I draw out Damnation, we're in it. Do you ever not Remand Ragavan because it's better for you to keep dashing? I think you Remand there. I think that's the kind of question that only gets asked after I draw, you know, double land time stretch, right? Or usually only gets asked after that kind of series of draws. Okay, I'm going to draw my 1 of Damnation. Well, I guess that could find it. A little late. We go to game 2. Let's bring in the Veils, the Nature's Claims. Against Scam, I might bring in the Ray of Revelation too. Where we've been playing against like a lot of the non-Scam variant today. Against Scam, I'm more into Ray, I think. Maybe I'll just play 1. No, I think I want both. We can get the Commune, be at 61. Is this like able to be burned? Probably not. Oh, I actually meant to play. I did mean to play a Weather the Storm. Like, you have some cool like gifts piles with Weather the Storm. I did mean to. I forgot what I wanted to play. Maybe over the Emrakul. That was something I wanted to do as I was like falling asleep last night thinking about the deck. Got a weird hand. Can keep it, I guess. I don't know if we need Nature's Claim. We do. They have like 3 Blood Moons. They have Hearse too. Can't. Pushing in response doesn't do anything here, so I can't. Does Lorien use some of my thoughts on strict 60 cards? I mean, yes, it has. My thoughts are a little less strict for Yorion for 60 cards, especially in decks like this is a good example of like situations where it is okay to go up a little above 60, where your deck full of tutors and card selection that you could be a little bit more flexible, but you shouldn't get too carried away either. It's a delicate dance to dance. Okay, we're in Abzan deck today, I guess. Good game is burnt. GG. It's been a really fun stream today. Very fun stream today. Yeah, I mean, Blood Moon is so bad for me. I think, you know, this is kind of a clear Shock and Fountain, Binding the Grief for 2, hold up Nature's Claim for a possible moon. They do know about the Nature's Claim, though. Ben makes stuff. Thank you for the 6 months. Appreciate you. Well, I guess we have the forest, so if they did Blood Moon, we could just forest, but... Man, Dingo... I know that Dingo likes to do this, the Wear Tear for Binding. Pretty good tech. Pretty good tech, what can I say? Yeah, what can I say, but... Oof, everybody's channel points. Alright. I'm gonna crack this for Shadow Prophecy being card we can draw 2. Alright, Damnation or Bust. Classic situation. Likely bust. Although we do have 2 Damnations now. Gonna take off the headphones though. Alright, one last time, chat. One last time we cast Titan's Nest and probably put it down for the foreseeable future. Maybe play it in Doom's tournament to have some fun. No, this is going to be the last league of the today's stream. This is maybe like a little under said because I don't talk about this that much, but like playing New Brews is always like incredibly brain taxing. But like playing specifically like a Gifts Ungiven Titan's Nest deck is like an insane amount of brain power, and I just don't have another one in me. Gifts Ungiven is always you have to work so hard with gifts. But very, very fun day, super fun stream. I like woke up excited to play Titan's Nest today. Definitely for fun deck. One that I think would be an awesome F&M deck though. I think it'd be a very good one to bring to F&M. I'm going to raid Honorog. We love Honorog. And I will maybe be live for tomorrow's challenge, but I think I may also play an RCQ